friends, when we are freshers, CA freshers, MBA freshers, we really don't have control over the kind of job offers that we get, the role, the profile, because the desperation to get a job is more important. And what happens is that often, let's say there are these roles, 7 to 9 lakhs, 12 lakhs per annum in the realm of corporate MIS, planning and budgeting, business analyst, performance monitoring group, all these glorified names essentially doing the same thing, that you are taking data from ERP, cleaning the data, and then applying pivots and filters and then VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP to rearrange the data for a PowerPoint presentation. So this could be a budget versus actual thing, variance analysis, waterfall charts, those jazzy charts where you have budget and then different small segments for the variances and then the final part. Top management normally loves these kind of charts. These kind of roles are in abundance in sales offices, in plants, manufacturing plants, and then in corporate office there is this one guy who will collate data from all the plants and sales offices. Decent job, you get a lot of money as a fresher. Over a period of time, if you stick to that organization, that normal progression will also happen. But what is the risk that is involved in these kind of roles? First, technology. You might take a lot of pride in doing this work. I remember when I was in this FMCG company and we had to prepare this investor track MIS, which essentially was that all the FIIs which were investing in our company, their shareholding pattern, let's say at the end of August 2020 and at the end of September 2020, we would get that from the investor relations, and then we would apply VLOOKUP and fetch different major shareholdings and see the variances, who are the top gainers, top losers. Sometimes errors used to happen, so we would apply VLOOKUP, and in that manual dump, that same company was mentioned twice, that FII. So only one was fetched and then that variance happened. We would go to the bosses, and once the boss saw the report, he would say, no, this figure is wrong. And then you would come back, helter-skelter, check where is the mistake, and you would find that, okay, the mistake happened because there was this VLOOKUP error. So here a lot of silly mistakes happen in these kind of roles. So you will get a lot of spanking also from your bosses for this. Beyond your control, but yes, when errors happen, because that entire chain, that blame allocation matrix is applied, you will be the end recipient. Technology is going to disrupt these kind of roles in a big way. Python, for example, Python for finance, most of us are unaware. We've just heard those big terms, AI, ML, Python, Microsoft BI, but I have seen real-time reconciliations happening with the help of Python in such a beautiful manner that you do not need any human being for the same. I have seen this food tech startup that the other day, there is ERP and Microsoft BI is connected in a real-time basis to that ERP to fetch data, and all the jazzy reports, all the PowerPoint templates that you were preparing manually over the years, automatically they are getting refreshed every 15 minutes, not weekly, not quarterly, not monthly, every 15 minutes. That's the power of technology. So if you are in a comfort zone, in a sweet spot, that boss, okay, मैं तो पूरी जिंदगी ये कर करके खुश रहूंगा, ठीक है, ज़्यादा दिमाग नहीं लगाने हैं, you are wrong. Tomorrow your role will be obviated. And anyways, any standard templatized based job where you are that unknown youngster whose hands are purchased by the company for a specific tenor of time, that you have to manually do this whole thing, tomorrow someone is going to come and snatch away your job at half the salary and double the enthusiasm, because he is unemployed or she is unemployed, and you over a period of time will get frustrated with this particular role. So it is good for those who love backend, okay, but let's say I love speaking, okay, and maybe I can create a brand for myself as a sales guy, or in any corporate role. Let's say you are in M&A or you are in banking, treasury, these kind of roles where you get visibility in the organization. People know that, okay, this is the collective efforts of this person which has led to this transaction happening. It is still good. But if you are that unknown plant MIS analyst in Bharuch in Gujarat, who month on month, fortnight, week on week, sends all of these cost variances in terms of volume variance, mix variance, price variance, keeps on sending, and someone collates it for a PowerPoint presentation, you get lost. It is a complete back-end job. And tomorrow someone else, as I said, will replace you. So why not choose a job where you are able to build your own brand, some sort of domain expertise. Okay, MIS is good. So over a period of time, let's say you understand the textile industry so well that all the KPIs of textile industry are on your fingertips. So you can look at a number and say that this number is wrong. Then technology cannot eliminate that kind of a job. So you will need to have some strong business knowledge, some strong domain expertise here, and maybe team management skills, because again, team management skills are not going to get replaced by technology. People management skills, because any company will eventually need managers, senior managers. The risk here is with positions at the analyst level. So this is my submission. And this same thing holds good for any sort of template based jobs. Even when you're in KPOs, let's say you are just preparing a risk control matrix for an offshore client, tomorrow someone else will do that same job at half the salary and double the enthusiasm if it is just a template based job. So therefore it is a very, very risky job in many ways. You have some sort of a relationship spat, the company goes for some sort of cost cutting, and this whole thing, your whole empire of your dreams comes crashing down. Probably, it is good that if you can get some sort of visibility, or maybe learn technology, because all of these companies eventually are going to apply these technologies, Python and Microsoft BI and Power BI, pivot tools, in terms of everyone is going to mechanize this whole thing. Variances, for that matter, there will be algorithms, specific rules that, okay, variance is beyond this number, it will automatically flag it off. You have to then input that reason for the same. That manually looking through that entire list of variances, like we used to do in our audit days also, where is this variance, why is this variance, that is not going to happen manually. That is my sense. And I recently saw a Python enabled tool where all the GSTR reconciliations were happening automatically. So they were taking PDFs of the GSTR 3B and GSTR 1, converting that into Excel, doing all the reconciliations and fetching the variances, and there was this single point report automatically at a click of a button. You would do that, something which all of these manual methods were taking 7-8 days in an organization, or at least 3-4 days for that matter if you were a team working on the same. So that's the challenge, my friends. Okay, and Unacademy is launching on this week a quiz series, multiple choice question quiz series by 5 renowned faculties on CA Foundation and Inter. Okay, so 17th and 18th, that is Saturday and Sunday, and there are rewards for people who secure like the first position, second position in these quiz. So I'm sharing the link in the description below, and it's a good opportunity for those who are doing CA Inter and CA Foundation preparation. Also, a lot of free revision classes are in the offing, so make good use of the same. So to sum up, MIS based roles, planning, budgeting, business analyst roles, don't think that they are going to last forever. Technology and the sheer fact that it is so back-end, it is so template driven, it is so standardized that whether it is Rohan or Vivek or Anurag, whoever does it, does not matter. The top management just needs that data, and hence in times of cost cutting, something like what happened in COVID, the costlier ones are just going to be eliminated. Build your own brand. That becomes very important, so that tomorrow someone else cannot. So that is why sometimes I am so aspirational about the fact that what if I had a CA practice, at least I would have sales and marketing efforts which would have led, let's say, to a client base of 150 200 clients, for which I would be doing their end-to-end compliance, basic low value work with, but that I would not be involved in that execution of the task. That would be done by my staff, and I would be managing relationships, I would managing department interactions, managing technology improvements at the client, something which the virtual CFOs kind of do. So those are the kind of thing that we should aspire. That's my limited submission for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you found it relevant for someone who is engaged in these kind of roles and you would want to flag off the potential risk, please do share it with the friend of yours. Thank you so much. Bye bye.